Welcome back, Aries. I'm Ryan with Arrows of Love. Today we're going to do your July 2021 How They Feel About You Love Tarot reading. We are going through some major energy in the sky right now. We are going through a series of T-squares. And a T-square is just that. It looks like a T in the sky. It's almost like a timeout period for everyone. And this is happening in Leo, Aquarius, and Taurus. So let's just start out. Mars, the planet of action, virility, cutting, severing, confrontation, aggression, is sitting over in Leo, and so is the love planet Venus. And that's relationships, harmony, sexuality, friendship. And that's your fifth house. The fifth house is karmic rewards. It is a house of romance, children, fun and leisure, creativity. It's a great time for you overall, Aries, to get out there. If you're single, if you're partnered up, same applies to you. Go on a vacation, have some fun. It's all about the leisurely fun of Leo season. So we are also, the sun right now is still sitting over in Cancer. We're about halfway through Cancer season, but the lovers are sitting over in Leo, and they're going to meet up about mid-month July, and that's going to be very important for you, and I'll get more to that. But this T-square involves the lovers. So we have Saturn sitting over in Aquarius and Uranus sitting in Taurus. So imagine this. You have the lovers, Venus and Mars, sitting over in Leo, and directly opposing them is Saturn. And that can point to a battle of wills. That can point to reality checks in love and relationships. It can point to emotional confrontations. On the flip side, it can also point to commitment, because Saturn wants long-term structures. It wants something based on a long-term stability. It wants discipline and responsibility. So it's the responsible nature of love. It's the responsible nature of your relationships. Right at the midpoint, though, okay, you have the opposition. Right in the midpoint is rebellious Uranus. Uranus is the change maker of the zodiac. It's been in Taurus now since 2018, and Saturn and Uranus have been colliding in a square this entire year. The first time they met up and perfected the square was in February. That's when we saw Texas go through its infrastructure failure, and remember, Saturn rules structures. The second time was on June 14th. 10 days after that, we saw the collapse of that building in Florida, that devastating collapse. My heart goes out to all of you Floridian residents right now. It's devastating to watch it on the news. But again, it points to unstable structures, and this is what we see when we see this energy. And I'm not intending to frighten any of you. We can't live in fear every single day. We have to go about our everyday lives. But I want you to be aware of this energy. And now you have the lovers, Mars, planet of war, action, confrontation, and the lovers meeting up in this opposition and the square. And it's like that. It just pops. So you have to be very careful. The T-square between Venus, Saturn, and Uranus is going to perfect tomorrow. I'm doing this video on July 6th. July 7th is when it perfects. So, be sure you are grounded over the next few days. Don't get involved in ego disputes. Don't get into a battle of wills. If things come up in relationships, take a hard look at it. Be responsible about it. Be an adult. That's what Saturn wants. And take it under consideration and advisement. And because we all know how you can react sometimes, Aries, you can be impulsive and reactive without thinking things through all the time. And I say that with love, but I want to advise you to not get involved in any of those type of disputes, because they can be really devastating. And there can be some long-term consequences to that. The other thing that's happening tomorrow on July 7th is Mercury is finally going out of its shadow phase. We went through a Mercury retrograde from pretty much all of June and now half of July, and it's finally going to move out of shadow. But the thing is, the caveat is that it's been making a square over to nebulous Neptune. And Neptune is this foggy, hazy planet. It creates confusion. It's also associated with spirituality, spitting up my words. It's associated with spirituality and the ethereal. It's also associated with escapism. So you have to really be careful of drugs, alcohol, sex, And if that's what your mind has been on, if that's what communication has been about lately, there's even could be some disillusionment in these areas of your life as well. There could be some deceit even in communication. So you have to really be on the up and up here. Even white lies right now aren't going to do you any good. Any gossip, I say stay away from it like the plague, like COVID-19. So just be aware of that. We went through this square with Neptune and Mercury 3 times. So think back to late May and mid-June, and now again. So if there's any, if it's a series of 3, if the same thing has come up 3 times over this time period, that's what Mercury wants you to take a look at. So communication could have been really off, travel could have been off, technology. I've dealt with my own stuff. I'm a Cancer rising. So this is happening in my 12th house. The 12th house is a house of hidden things. I think I mentioned this in the last video that I did, but I was transferring assets between institutions, brokerage accounts, and the institution that I was going to deposited my assets, my stocks, into someone else's account. So when I opened up the app to be like, oh, let's see, make sure everything is in there, couldn't find it. So I was like, my assets are hidden. Sounds like a Mercury retrograde. The trickster, he is a trickster. This is what he does. He is not necessarily benefic all the times and not necessarily malefic all the times. He's neutral. He goes either way. He likes to mix things up to see how we react to mental stimulus and communication. So I want you to be aware of that. That was my personal story with Mercury retrograde. I'm sure you're going through your own. But we're finally coming out of it tomorrow. So hopefully there's some clarity that comes through if you've been having some miscommunication with people. But these T-squares are going to be big. So again, Leo is being activated. That's your 5th house of romance, children, fun and games, entertainment, leisure. These are karmic rewards. Saturn, which is opposing the cosmic lovers, is sitting over in Aquarius. That's your 11th house. That's financial gains. That is your hopes, wishes, and dreams. That the 11th house is also associated with friends, your group associations, and the collective. So anything dealing with communities or helping out people less fortunate could potentially come up here too. Financial matters could potentially come up. And then Taurus, where Uranus is sitting, is your 2nd house of earned income, resources, possession. So there is this element here of finance, risk-taking, financial gains. So if any of these themes are coming up and you're feeling stuck or things aren't moving just quite yet, you have to wait until Venus and Mars move through this T-square. Now, they're known as the cosmic lovers. Mars is the divine masculine, Venus is the divine feminine. And they're going to meet up in the sign of Leo in your 5th house of romance, fun, leisure, karmic rewards on July 13th. But it starts perfecting about the 12th, 13th, 14th. So if you can plan some quality time with a love interest, or partner, person you're dating, if you got someone on the radar, I'd say that's a really good time for you guys to come together. And we're in Cancer season. That's where the sun is sitting. Cancer is a water sign, so it's good to be near water. There's healing properties to being near water during this time if you've been going through some rough things. I've gone through about half of the zodiac now, and to be honest, people aren't getting great readings, and it's because of this T-square in the sky. So things are rough this week. I say over the weekend, try to get near some water, go to the lake, go to the pool, near a river, dip your toes in. It's healing, or something creative for that matter too, because the 5th house is a house of creativity. So if you want to go to a cooking class, go to an art museum, anything like that could be very beneficial. Maybe you meet someone, maybe you just have a really great conversation and you just enjoy each other's company. Something to that effect could be really good for you. So that's what's happening in the sky right now. Not necessarily easy stuff, but that 5th house is definitely going to be triggered for you. So we'll see how this all plays out for you, Aries. But like I said, don't act impulsively. Don't get into any battles, even though we know you love a good fight. So we'll see how this shakes out for everyone, but not easy stuff. All right, so we're going to do how they feel about you reading today. I'm going to pull 6 cards from the tarot, 1 from the Angels Romance deck. If you like these videos and would like to see more of them, please click that like button and subscribe. It helps the channel and it's very much appreciated for me. And you get to see more of me. The messages won't resonate with all of you. So I'm reading for thousands of you. Be sure you check out your ascendant, moon, and Venus signs. Sometimes those will resonate more with you depending on what's happening in your natal chart. If you're looking for a personal reading, my email is in the description box below. Send me an email. We'll figure out a time to chat. All right. Let's see what's going on with you, Aries. Big energy in the air. Cosmic lovers coming together. Hopefully there's some healing for you. Things have been tense. Not easy stuff, and I know I keep saying that, but that's just kind of the reality of the situation right now. Saturn is a reality check, so we'll see how this all shakes out. All right, so first card out is going to be the general energy of your love interest. King of Wands. All right, so could be another fire sign. Could be an Aries, Sag, Leo. Tends to be very magnetic, bold, assertive, knows what he wants. And there's usually an element of passion here too. He tends to be a very passionate king. So good card overall to start out. The next card are the attributes. Two of Swords. Two of Swords is, for me at least, a card of indecision. So maybe weighing options here about what to do next. We need to pull some more cards to see what's going on. But information here, at least on the other side, is not complete. You'll notice that the lady here has a blindfold over her eyes. That's saying you're not seeing everything just quite clearly yet. You don't have all the information. Mercury is not out of shadow phase yet. So indecisiveness, fuzziness, haziness, and communication could very well be possible during this time. Next card are the flaws. Nine of Pentacles. So they might be a big spender. They might overspend a little bit. They definitely feel abundant, but there could almost be like abundance of ego here too. So that's what I was talking about with ego disputes. It could be just a little bit too much. Got to have the goods to back it up, right? Sorry, someone just passed by the window. But this could very well be a little bit of ego involved here. This could also be pointing to someone that likes to spend. So we'll see. This is how they feel about you. This is what's on their mind. Ace of Swords. They're looking for the victory, which is great. They're looking for the win-win. This also is about starting something new. So maybe they're looking to take it to that next level. And they're gaining the courage to make you that solid offer. If you're single, if you're in a partnership, this is just reassessing something in your relationship where the cycle can start anew. So whatever is going on here, whatever that indecisiveness is, they're going to come to some clarity on it very soon here. That's good. This is the potential for a healthy, happy relationship. Oh, man. The Tower. So something might need a crack here in order for the healthiness of a relationship to blossom. In my readings, the Tower represents Uranus. Uranus rules electricity. It's literally the lovers falling out of the tower. So something here needs to be reassessed. Something's not built on a solid ground. So I would say if there's a tower moment here or something just gets exposed that's not built solidly, you really need to pay attention to that. And that's what that Saturn-Uranus square is all about this year in 2021. It's really assessing those things that aren't going to withstand the test of time. This is the outcome, though. So this is celebration. This is marriage. So the Tower is not always a bad card. Sometimes news, information has to come in quickly so you can make a rapid change. And that's what Uranus wants. It wants this change. So it very well could be that you're taking a relationship to this next level. I don't see anything here that's saying it's going to necessarily end. And again, you have a very bold, attractive person in your sights here. I think they're deciding what their next move is going to be. They're not quite sure yet. Maybe they're not sure about your feelings, and maybe you need to express those feelings. You tend to be pretty good with that overall, but don't let shiny objects distract you here, okay? They might need to buckle down on cash and their spending habits here. That's what I'm getting from this card. Others, maybe just they have an inflated ego, and maybe they're getting an ego check with that Saturn Venus. So you might need to address that in some way, shape, or form. But how they feel, they want the new start from you. So this very well. There's nothing here that indicates an ex, although the Four of Wands is a marriage card. It's celebration of some type. So, it could be someone that you were in a commitment with wanting to come back and start something new with you. Others, they're wanting to take the relationship to that next level, and it might be kind of shocking. So again, this isn't always a bad card. For others of you, this is something that just needs to be reassessed. It's something that you have to look at a little bit more carefully to make sure that the relationship is built on that steady foundation. The outcome is celebration of some type. Some of you might be getting engaged. Some of you might be getting married. Maybe you meet someone at a wedding. This is wedding season after all, so be sure to get out there. But overall, this is a really great ending toward a reading. The Four of Wands is a very happy card. And again, this is fire energy, so this involves you. If they need some clarity, I just noticed this. The woman is surrounded by water. Again, I mentioned the fact that there's healing properties to water. There's clarity when you're around water. So again, maybe suggest you guys go to the lake, go to the pool, go walk around the river, whatever it might be. If you're by the coast, go in the ocean. There's some clarity that might come from that. So 2 pieces of advice there. Let's pull a card from the angels. Let's see what they have to say. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Very nice. That 5th house is a passionate house. It's involved with children. It's intimate matters. So this is good. So the cosmic lovers are coming together in that 5th house for you. So it's time to have some fun, enjoy summer. Don't worry about the tower too much. We all go through tower moments from time to time. Not all of it's bad. Sometimes it's just shocking good news. But sometimes, you got to reassess the foundation by which we built our relationship. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Aries. Again, don't get involved in any emotional confrontations. That's going to be a hard one for you. So take it in stride, take it a step at a time, go with the flow. That's what Cancer season is all about. Until next time, take care.